All right, so we're going to start with Patrick and Tommy from Jaunt. Great. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. My name is Tommy Tanyag. This is Pat Benad. We lead the brand partnership team at Jaunt. First, we'd like to thank DJ for extending the invite to have us present. If you haven't yet already stopped by, we're in that back corner. And we're excited to share share and learn about the different ways we can use immersive media for good. So I'd like to start with this quote, because when done right, VR can feel intense, educational, and violent. And for some, these experiences can feel so real and immersive that it enacts a profound and lasting change in us. So with advances in each of these mediums, our ability for storytelling becomes increasingly engaging and powerful. And that said, how can we use VR to change the way we think about ourselves? So first, what separates VR is its fundamental characteristic of presence, the sensation of being there. And second, research has shown that the process of perspective taking has drastically improved empathy. So we were fortunate to have the opportunity to utilize these concepts for Diageo, and I'll hand it over to Pat to walk you through what that process looked like.
Thanks, Tommy. Appreciate it. Guys, so the accent is from Australia, so please bear with me throughout this one. But I guess I just wanted to talk about this experience called Party's Over. So you can click the slide. Just going to play a little sizzle for you, and then they'll tell you a little more about it.
I'll be the same here without you. We love you and we'll miss you. To Greg.
To Greg. Are you having fun?
Totally.
How about these? Hey, bud, have one on me.
Hey, we have met before. I just remembered.
Stay there and stay out of trouble. Greg!
Right, guys, so that's a little snippet of the experience. The experience runs for about 7 to 10 minutes, and it's kind of a choose-your-own-adventure type story. So to give you a bit of background, Diageo essentially reached out to us. They wanted to create a piece of VR that was like an empathy machine that would literally put you inside an experience and really show you the dangers of binge drinking. And so we know binge drinking happens in fraternities, we know it happens in sororities, but they wanted to sort of prove that binge drinking still exists in adulthood, from your late 20s right through to your 40s. Anyway, so we decided to shoot a dinner party, and we decided to do a thing which is quite different. It's called a synchronous, like a parallel storyline, whereby we shot the experience 4 times in parallel, and as the user, you can switch in between characters. So once you're in headset, you can lean down and change characters, and essentially each character drinks a different amount, and obviously, depending on which character drinks the most, they obviously have kind of a horrible end to the story. And Diageo really wanted to use this piece to sort of scare people about binge drinking, and we did a big launch event at VR World and Social Media Week, and it definitely has that effect. So please go and check it out later. Tommy's going to be doing a demo, but just some interesting pieces to note from a shooting standpoint. Obviously custom rigs on top of the actors. We also had to hire dancers who were a little shorter and a little more stable, and also match the skin color with the actors as well. So we wanted to create that really sort of real experience. Also, when you're shooting a scene in parallel, you have to have little click trackers in the actors' ears, so they're knowing exactly when to do certain movements at certain times. And we had a choreographer on set the whole time, making sure the actors were moving in the right places. So really beautiful experience. This is a tweet from one of the ladies that we put through the experience. She sort of took the headset off, was bawling her eyes out, crying, and unfortunately, that's kind of what Diageo were going for in this instance. So definitely had an impact there. And just finally, I think this is a great piece of technology. This style where it's sort of live action with a bit of an interactive element. Think about the different applications for good we can do with this, like empathetic training, whether it be for police officers dealing with different people in public. Implicit bias, racism. There's so many things we can do with this. So. Hope that gave you a bit of insight. Thanks, guys.